Hello everyone, welcome back to my shooting guide where we take a look at the different tanks in World of Tanks. We look what their armor says on paper and then we compare it to what it truly is. I'll also give you helpful tips on where to shoot these tanks at and where not to shoot them. This is going to be part 2 of the British heavy tanks. If you haven't seen part 1, you should probably go check that out before watching this one. Starting off today is tier 8, we have the Carnarvon. It has 130 frontal hull armor, 51 on the sides and 38 on the rear. The turret, upgraded one that is, has 165 in the front and 112 on the sides and also the rear. Alright, so the Carnarvon here, interesting armor. The lower plate is pretty weak, only 76, but you'll need about 120 to get through it with the angle. There's a little band of armor right here where these plates, where the upper and lower glacis are connected. You don't want to shoot there, because that is significantly stronger than the rest. And you're going to have high penetration to get through this front plate. And this is going straight head on. This is without any angle. At least angling like that is what I mean. If you do that, you're looking at really high penetration numbers. So you're going to need at least 200 to 20-ish to get through the front. And at that, you might still ricochet. The turret, yeah, good luck with that. There's some spots where it's only 200, which is looks like on the side. There's not much though. Other than that, it's a gun melee. You're not supposed to get through it. And these are the cheeks of the turrets are so little targets. So only 165 armor, but you may have problems penetrating them. Well, you may have problems hitting them in the first place. The sides, the turret. The farther back you go, the stronger it gets because it's angled there. And it's angled on the front, so just shoot at the area that's flat as possible. Up here, it's a little weaker. It's 51 millimeters. But it may be hard to hit because some guns just aren't that accurate. Up here, it's only 51 millimeters of armor on the whole of the tank. As for the sides, it's a little bit stronger because you have extra spaced armor and you do have tracks in the way, so at this tier you should be fine shooting anywhere down here. No problem at all. For the back, you can shoot down here. It's only 20, but you may ricochet because of the angle. You never know. It's a World of Tanks. You never know what's going to happen. But for the back here, it's only 38. There's nothing there at all. And for the back of the turret, there's a band on the bottom that's 90. Up here, as you get to the sides, it gets stronger, so try to shoot as flat on as you can. Try to shoot as far down as you can. That's going to be the lowest amount of armor that there is. So that's pretty much for the Carnarvon. Let's go on to tier 9. At tier 9, we have the Mighty Conqueror. It has 130 frontal hull armor, just like the Carnarvon, 51 in the sides, and 38 in the rear. The upgraded turret actually has less than the stock turret. 152 millimeters in the front, 89 on the sides, and only 70 in the rear. Conqueror, let's turn this on. Okay. Lower plate, it's only 76, but it's still pretty weak. You only need a little over 120, which by tier 9 you should have. And just like with the Carnarvon, there's a band of armor where the two upper and lower plates connect, where you don't want to shoot because it's stronger, but since you are at tier 9, you should be able to get through that easy. And the upper plate's the same story as the Carnarvon. It's pretty well angled. You're going to have at least 225-ish, depending on how far up you shoot. But you want to be careful when you do that, because there's still a chance that you might bounce. The turret is interesting. It's curved a lot, so you may have some troubles. But then again, you may not. It's only in 112, but with the angles it's in the 160s. At this tier you should be fine penetrating the cheeks. Just don't shoot at the mantlet, because then your chances of penetrating significantly decrease. There's a little hatch on top. It's only, well, it's less than 120 millimeters, so, but it's very small. So you might not be able to hit it. The sides? Well, the turret, the farther up front you go, the worse it is, because that's just how it is. Along the sides here, it's only 89. It's easy, nothing. There is a weak spot here. This little box, it's only 70 millimeters of armor. So if you have a really low penetrating gun, I don't know why you would at this tier, but that's where you would shoot at. Also down here, it's the same 70 millimeters, but since it is angled, you may need a little bit more. The upper part of the hole here, it's only 51, and the bottom, it's 51 too, but with the tracks, you're only going to need about 120, depending on where you shoot. It's easy. As for the back, again, like with all of these British tanks that we've been talking about lately, you shoot down here, you may be able to penetrate, depends on the caliber of your gun, but it also might bounce. But why take the chance when you have this 38 millimeters flat? You just, why not shoot there? And for the back of the turret, the farther off to the side you go, the stronger it is, so try to shoot it as flat on each can. Down here it's a little bit weaker, but depending on where you're shooting at, it's not much. The best is up here. The absolute best is right here, only 38. So, that's it for the Conqueror. And to end this branch, at tier 10 we have the FV215B. It has 152 millimeters of frontal hull armor, 101 on the sides, and 76 in the rear. On the turret, 254 in the front, 152 on the sides, and 101 in the rear. And the FV215B, not to be confused with the FV215B183. They kind of look the same in a way, but they're different. The 183 is the Death Star. The one without the 183 is just a heavy tank. As like with the Carnarvon and the Conqueror, there is a band of armor here, except this one is significantly stronger than the last two. It's 254 millimeters of armor, so don't shoot there. Some tier 10 heavy tanks will have problems if you shoot right there. And remember, that's flat on. If you're angled, yeah, you're looking at 360, 350s. Good luck with that. The bottom, easy. I mean, you are at tier 10. The bottom plate's just easy to go through. The upper plate, some tanks may have troubles. Some tier 10 tanks may have troubles going through this, but if you're a tier 10 tank destroyer, you should be fine. But if they're angled, you may have a little bit more troubles. It just all depends. You can shoot over here, it's only 102. Angling, it's only about 150, so no problem there. The turret, 250s, 280s, 275s. So the farther you go out, the stronger it gets. Let's get that back. Because as you can see, it is angled out to the sides. There is a hatch on top. It's probably going to be hard to hit. But your best bet of penetrating this tank from the front is definitely this lower plate. It's very weak, and tier 10s, tier 8s can go through this. Tier 7s, tier 6s, even some tier 5s can go through that. As for the side of the turret, not bad actually. 152, and since it's angled. Depending on where your sheet may have troubles. But again, like with the Conqueror, it has this little box on the back that you can shoot at, and it's significantly weaker than everything else. And same as goes for here, but don't go too far back because you'll get stronger. So on the sides, shoot either here or up here, and you'll be good. For the hole, it's easy, 102 along the sides. Looks like as you move up to the front, it does get a little bit stronger, but and only the tracks. There's just nothing really to talk about. Tier 10s can go through that easy. For the back though, down here, it's 45, but there's that angle. You never know, it may bounce. But up here, it's only 77, 76, depending on what angle you're at. Easy, no problem to that. The back of the turret, no problem as well. Looks like the upper part's the weaker part, but as you go to the sides, it will get stronger and may even ricochet depending on what angle. And up here, it is stronger, as you can see. So just shoot down here in the middle, best you can, and you'll have no problems with the FV215B. So that wraps up the British tanks. Well, the British heavy tanks, that is. If you like this video, rate it below, comment, make sure to share it with your friends, help out everyone you can. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. I hope to do premium tanks soon. So like the premium heavy tanks like Tog, well, Churchill 3 maybe. We'll see when we get there. And until then, see you guys later. I'll need about 120 to get through it with the angle. There's a little band of armor right here where these plates, the front, where the upper and lower glacis are connected. You don't want to shoot there, because that is significantly stronger than the rest. And yeah, you're going to have high penetration to get through this front plate. And this is going straight head on. This is without any angle. At least angling like that is what I mean. If you do that, you're looking at... Hello everyone, welcome back to my shooting guide, where we take a look at the different tanks from World of Tanks. We look what their armor says on paper, and then we compare it to what it truly is. I'll also give you helpful tips on where to shoot these tanks at. And the turret, upgraded one that is, has 165 in the front and 112 on the sides, and also the rear. Alright, so the Carnarvon here, interesting armor. The lower plate is pretty weak, only 76, but you'll have to shoot them. This is going to be part 2 of the British heavy tanks. If you haven't seen part 1, you should probably go check that out before watching this one. Starting off today is tier 8, we have the Carnarvon. It has 130 frontal hull armor, 51 on the sides and 38 on the rear.